This video is a tutorial to help the process of our registration for our 8th grade classes for our current 7th grade students here at Stillwell Junior High. Our learning targets for today are that students will understand the registration process. We're going to go through how students identify the classes they will be taking as well as the classes they want to take as far as electives. We're going to inform students on about 8th grade electives. We're going to talk about the project-based learning pathways, as well as the opportunity to take advanced courses. And near the end, we will also talk about how students can get involved in extracurricular activities, since there are some more availability, more opportunities for students as they get into the 8th grade as far as doing sports in the building here. The registration process starts on February 1st when Mr. Johnson will be visiting the science classes. Each student will get a course selection packet, which will be green in color, and on that packet will have all the information that is involved in the registration process. Information on each of the classes will be included within that packet. On the front page will be where the students can sign up for classes, as well as elect for advanced classes and the PBL network. A parent meeting will be held on February 8th at 7 o'clock in the Stillwell Auditorium. And then the completed and signed forms for the registration are to be returned to the Tiger Time teachers by February 9th, which is a Friday. Registration form looks like this. On the front page you will see two different columns there of first and second semester. It'll list all of the classes through a 7-period day as far as what the schedule will look like. Now obviously it's not going to be in that order necessarily, but these are the classes we want to put into that schedule for the student next year. The first 4 classes are our core classes. We'll talk about those here in a little bit. Line 5 will have PE, which goes every other day, and we'll have an opportunity to sign up for classes alternating that. And then there'll be opportunities to sign up for classes in the 6 and the 7 numbered spots there. The registration form also has an application for the Project-Based Learning network, which was formerly known as a New Tech network. We just want to identify is your student currently on the Project-Based Learning team, which is our S team, as a 7th grader. And then we want to give you the option of signing up for the Project-Based Learning team as an 8th grader. And you can the student can sign up for that if they were on the S team or not. It does not matter. So we just want to give you the opportunity. There is information within the packet about the Project-Based Learning network. If you have any questions, that's a good place to start. There's also opportunities if you needed to talk with us at our parent meeting, or just give us a call or email us if you have questions about that. The last thing we want to identify with the application is with advanced classes. Students have the choice of doing 3 different advanced classes, and it gives these classes are going to be obviously a little bit more rigorous classes, and we will talk a little bit more about what that all looks like here in the next couple minutes when we talk about advanced classes. But things to really consider with these classes is definitely having a strong interest towards these subjects, and definitely having a conversation with the student about the amount of work that's going to be involved with that. Just one thing to remember: if your student is going to be in the project-based learning network, that they will sign up for both advanced social studies and English together, because that will be part of their humanities class. Then the key thing to do with the registration form is just to make sure that you sign both the front and the back of that first page. The front is identifying the electives that the student would like to sign up for, and the back is going to identify, it's going to give us proof that you have looked over the project-based learning application as well as the advanced courses application. So please make sure you sign both the front and the back side of that front sheet, and that's what will be returned to the Tiger Time teachers by February 9th. Our 8th grade curriculum starts off with our required class, and that's what you will see at the very top part of the registration form on the front page. Our 4 core classes are English, Math, Social Studies, and Science. As I just indicated in the project-based learning community, English and Social Studies are going to be combined as our humanities course. But in the other teams, you will have a single period for each of those courses there. So sometime throughout the day, all students will be taking English, math, social studies, and science. And the level that they will be at will be determined by whether they sign up for advanced classes or not, or if they are in other levels of that subject. The other required class is physical education, and that meets every other day. Our math is broken up into 3 different sections here. Our pre-algebra A is what was formerly integrated math. So if your student was in integrated math for 7th grade, they will be in pre-algebra A for 8th grade. Our pre-algebra B class is for students who are in the 7th grade math class for the 7th grade year. So if they were in just the 7th grade mathematics class, they will go on to pre-algebra B. And then our students who are in the advanced track for math, who are in pre-algebra as 7th graders, will go on to algebra C as an 8th grader. Or if they took algebra C as a 7th grader, they will go on to geometry C as an 8th grader. Both of these classes will be for high school credit. Now looking at our advanced courses, there is a page in the back of the registration packet that we would encourage all families and students to look at prior to identifying whether they want to do an advanced course or not. And students have the choice of not picking any advanced courses, picking 1 advanced courses, picking 2 advanced courses, or picking all 3 if they would like. But some things to really consider when choosing an advanced course or not are listed here. Some key qualities we want to look at for a student who might be looking at this is definitely having a high interest in that subject. The student does not care for an English class, though they might be talented in it. They may not want to take that advanced course because it is going to require more work and more in-depth stuff in that subject. And we would definitely want the student to have a strong interest in that so that they enjoy that added material that they do. The second thing is obviously having a willingness to learn, willingness to go deeper into their learning, willingness to fail sometimes, to kind of push themselves and learn how to deal with some adversity, because the course material is starting to ramp up a little bit, and we want to kind of start getting the students prepared if they want to take advanced courses as they get into high school. And this, the biggest thing is willingness to learn new things and get into more deeper things with that. The third thing is also very important, is that they're very self-motivated. There's not going to be as much guidance from the teacher as far as step-by-step of what they need to do. A lot of it's going to be self-guided, and the student is really going to be required to focus on how do I make sure that I'm getting things done, make sure that I'm doing a high quality of work, and get that guidance from the teacher as needed, but just be motivated to do well in the class. And then our fourth one is obviously we need students. It needs to be one that frequently meets deadlines. If a student has trouble, getting work in, staying on top of things, an advanced course can be kind of very difficult for those students. And so there's something very much to consider is my student getting things in on time, staying on top of the work, because the advanced courses do go at a faster pace, and getting behind in those classes can have a huge effect on the success in that class. First advanced course that I want to talk about is our physical science. This is a change this year from what we've had in the last, in that it is a high school credit class. It is a compacted class that is going to include both 8th grade and 9th grade content. It's very rigorous. It's including the 8th or the 9th grade physical science components that were taught up at the high school, because we want to make sure that we're hitting all the things that they may miss as they go on to 9th grade, which they would take biology. Students who take this course will be very, very rigorous, pretty much combining almost a 1.5 to 2 years into one class. And another thing to consider is that it is for high school credit. So this will go on to a high school transcript. Grades that they get in this class. So we really encourage students who apply for this, have a strong interest in science, and have had success in science in the past, done well in their previous science classes.